Hello gamers, and welcome to the preview content for Man of Steel, the upcoming DLC for Steel Division 2 with 8 new divisions. Let's take a look at the 7th division, which is also the last of the Axis divisions. It's the Hungarian first Pancelos Hadoštali. We already know the second Pancelos from the previous DLC, the second last DLC, Blood Feud in Transylvania. And it's basically they fought against Romanian Soviet forces in Transylvania, and where it's a Hungarian division reinforced by German SS troops. And you get disheartened Tatarek Lovesh, German SS right, and you get some Jägers from and Turn 1s, 2s, Stück 3s. You get the Panzer, and yeah, lots of Nimrods apparently. So let's take a look. Activation slots, really nice activation slots in an infantry tab for Panzer Division. Okay, recon slots. Very, well, not very good, but good tank slots. Okay-ish support slots. Anti-tank slots, very decent. Anti-air, very good. Looking forward to those Nimrods. Artillery, 3 cheap slots, and then there's a 4th very available slot. Air, only 3 really usable slots. Let's start with the infantry tab. So you get the Tatarek Lovesh. I think they are not new. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they are not new. Disheartened rifle squad, 12 men strong with an automatic rifle and an AT grenade, not too shabby for 15 points. Quite nice, you get 2 cards, and then even better, that's a new card, the Tatarek Akashok, 13-man squad with Geballte Ladung, 2 Frag AG shells, superb for CQC to just, drop the explosives. Only 1 card though. Then you get the Kerek Parashok, rifle squad, 13 men, which is good. Those Hungarian squads are usually rather beefy, but only with a Solotherm light machine gun. The SMG is actually pretty good, this Danubia. Then you get 2 cards of motorized Lovesh Panzerfaust, and they are a new addition. There's already motorized Lovesh M42 or 44M, I think, yeah, 44M. The 44M has a light machine gun, the Solotherm, and the bazooka. And now with the motorized Lovesh Panzerfaust, you have MG42, which is better, and the Panzerfaust, which in my opinion is worse because of shorter range. But you get 3 cards. It's kind of like your mainline infantry. Then you get an assault engineer squad with the Rohamaka Shock. You get leaders in the Lovesh Tisht, 5-man squad, no radio, smoke. Motorized Lovesh Tisht, you need to pay attention to the vehicles they come in, because standard is the Botond A, which is really slow. So that's a problem with the Hungarian divisions. And apparently there are like 12 troop transport trucks that you can use for some of the units, at least. Not for the disheartened ones. And here you can, for example, use the Krupp, which is faster. So pay attention with the transport. The motorized Lovesh has radio and is better for CQC. Also has a smoke. So I think it's I would go for the motorized Lovesh. Motorized Akashok can also come in the Krupp. They are with an MG42 and Geballte Ladung, and basically Pioneer squad. You get the Akash Tisht, another leader. They have to come in the Krupp. You get green A-phase. They have a Faustpatrone, 8 damage. Solotherm, 6-man squad. Yeah, I'd still go with the motorized Lovetisch. And then we get another new unit, the SS Reitführer. There's also already a Reitführer, I think, with 4 MP44s. This one has the Danubia sprinkled in. As you can see, the Danubia is actually significantly better, since MP44s have been nerfed quite hard quite a while back. Yeah, they're not so good. This is locked to B phase though. Then you get the SS Reitjäger, another new SS unit, 2 MG42s, Panzerfaust, 2 Danubia SMGs, really nice. Basically like a beefed up Panzerbrand squad in a way. 2 cards of them. And then you get the SS Reit Pioneers, 10-man squad with double flamer, also a new addition to Steel Division 2. So these SS dudes are actually pretty good. In the Wrecken tab, you get the BMW without radio. You get the Schaber. I really like those tiny cars. Anti-tank rifle, 500 meter range only. Bit of a bummer. Then you get a Solothurn and a T-bike. You get the Felderito Jarreur, which is basically your 2-man Wrecken squad. And you get a Toldi 2A. Only available in A phase, and Veteran C drops quite harshly. But it's good tiny tank, 75mm penetration. But yeah, good vehicle. And you get the Lovash Felderitok, which is your beefy Wrecken squad. They've got straight pull rifles, straight pull bolt action, can fire on the move. Carabine can also fire on the move. Okay, and yeah, 12 man, not too shabby. If you want to buff up your infantry count. And then a new unit as well, another SS unit, the SS Reitaufklärer, a 9-man squad with an AT grenade and an okay-ish CQC capability. Maybe best used in towns, I think. But you've only got 4 slots, so maybe like Schaber, Toldi 2A, Lovash Felderitok and SS Reitaufklärer, potentially. Only available in B phase. In the tank tab, you get the 42M Toldi 2. This is a new addition. They've got an anti-tank rifle only, but it's good, actually quite good, with 40mm penetration and a 500 meter range only though. But you know, the penetration is nice, accuracy is really good. And its armor for 10 points. Availability is quite okay. And this unit has been in the game before only as the 42M Toldi 2 leader that you can only get in this division in A phase only. So you might consider actually using this tank as your A phase leader, and then maybe use the SS Reit as your B phase leader if you feel like it, depending if you want radio or not. Then you get 3 cards of the 40M Turan 1, and you also get 4 cards of the more expensive Turan 2. So the Turan 1 does not have the heat shells with 90mm penetration and still a good range. And this is in general only less range. So this is more your CQC ambush brawler, and here you can go a bit more for range. But penetration is really poor with the AP shells. Range. And well, range is okay, but penetration 55. Really poor. 2 machine guns. You get the Turan 1 leader. And you get a Turan 2 leader. And then you get the hero unit, the Ace, Vejegi. That is your only Stück 3 in the tank tab. So you might consider bringing it to give your tank force this extra punch and range. In the support tab, you get the Langora Shock, a very much needed unit usually, and you get another new unit, the Tatalek 39M Grand 50mm. This is already available in a not disheartened version. For example, in Kassel, Schwerverband Kassel. And the availability in Kassel, for example, is single VAT, you get 5. And the, sorry. Ooh. 6. Yeah, here you get 6 and 1 second, and here you get, okay. I think I miss, yeah, you could possibly get 4 of them in the other tab in a non-disheartened version, or maybe 5 single vetted, and here you get 6, which is actually quite nice. And you get the Shandor military police to keep your guys here in check, maybe in particular helpful for the Tatalek Lovesh. 20 points, but it's also a 13-man squad, which is quite nice. 5 cards of Schwarzlose, a not very good machine gun. And also, yeah, you can bring it in the M38, which at least drives 80 kilometers. And then you get the MG34, 2 cards. You get an IG-18, 3 supply trucks. You get a Steyr PK, well, commander. You get a Lovesh commander on foot. And you get the 40M Shaba commander. I'd possibly go for this one. Anti-tank, you get this new unit. This is already available in a non-disheartened version. And disheartened, you get 8 in a phase with no veterancy, which is actually quite fun. You can really, spam them a little bit early on. And the Solothurn is actually a decent anti-tank rifle. Then you get the Pancelos bazooka, good availability. And then you get the 9738M. This is a really, really cheap AT gun that has AP 1.5 kilometer range and heat also 1.5 kilometer range, 25 each rounds, really nice rate of fire, and also HE for just 30 points. Insane. You have to take it, in my opinion. And then you get a 40M Mavak anti-tank gun with, yeah, you can use it basically like a Püppchen a little bit with the heat shells. That like, yeah, I don't know if that's a Pack variant. It looks a bit like it, but yeah, even with the scope. But the name doesn't ring a bell here. Good old Pack 40 in B phase. That's actually where you would bring it anyway. And then you get 3 cards of the Stück 3. So you get some more Stücks. Same price. And yeah, pretty much exactly the same. I'm not sure why it's some of them are in this tab and some are in the other. Is it the looks? I don't know. I wonder if the dude really drove in the tank designated 700. Most likely. So here you get some more Stücks, which is actually really nice. Anti-air. This is where the division shines. The recently introduced 3640M Nimrod, which is only 90 points. And the difference is it lacks the heat shells, basically. That's the difference. Other than that, it's the same. So this is a fantastic AA unit that you can also use to kill off light armor and that you can also use to suppress infantry quite nicely. And then you get 2 cards of the variant with the heat shells, and then you get 2 cards of Bofors. And Flak 36, 88mm. You might want to bring it for the 2 kilometer range AT capabilities, and then you get an SDKFZ on top of it. I guess I wouldn't bring it because you've got all the Nimrods. So I guess all out Nimrods plus the Flak 36 in B phase. Artillery tab, you get your artillery beobachter, artillery observer. You get artillery leader, you get a variant of howitzers. Here's a 75mm howitzer. This is also something that you could consider taking over the mortar. And then this is new, that there's a Hungarian Nebelwerfer 41. And you can bring it with a supply truck, but it's so slow, it's painful. And it's only the 41 variant, so you need to bring two for sure. So you need to bring 2 cards or bring them in B phase. You get the Göring, which ain't that bad, and has radio already. You get a 120mm mortar, and you get a 149mm howitzer as well. You can bring it with this archaic looking 1910. I'm just kidding, I don't know when it was built. But I wonder if the price has been increased, but it's 50 points. And here it's only 40. Or maybe I've never really paid attention, I'm not really sure. Weird. In the air tab, you get the Focke-Wulf, Recon plane, really slow, also cheap. And you get a Junkers, which can be used a little bit in close air support, at least according to the designation. 220mm MGs here in the wings. You get the ME 210 CA1R5. And that's a bit weird, but it's still work in progress. It's the same as in 12th Tatalek and 12th Hatterstali, but there it doesn't have the R5 designation added. And apparently this R5 designation costs 5 points, because this is 5 points more expensive. I really don't know why. I hope it gets fixed, or maybe it's for balance reasons, I don't know. Or there's a hidden stat that I don't know about. Then you get the Junkers 87D5 first, which is a close air support thing that you can also head on planes with. It's not too shabby, in my opinion. Also with the speed, it gets a long time of hitting a target. Then 85 points for this Junkers 87D5. First time in the Hungarian division. And yeah, the bomb loadout is not new. It's been seen before. Really good bomb loadout, because you can basically do 2 attacks, and both, you know, the 2 250kg bombs and the 1 500kg bomb should take out a smaller support weapon at least. You get a cluster bomber, possibly a must pick. You get a BF-109 G14U4. This is like the G14 in Kampfgruppe von Tettau. So it's a new plane for this DLC. Super fast, probably too fast. Will overshoot quite a bit, I think, because the 130mm, 230mm, need to do some more testing with it. And yeah, here it has a U4 designation added. And you get a Junkers 88A4 with a good bomb loadout and the Witch. Very good resilience. So this is a really nice bomber. Only available in C phase though. As is the Henschel 129B2R4 and the 129B3 anti-tank gun. It's the Duck, and it's actually the good Duck. Well, Duck face, I'm not quite sure. So this is possibly a very interesting pick as well. Get this. Yeah, but you probably don't need both. And you don't want to brawl it out in the long game if possible with this division, I'd think, because of the lack of ranged tools. So what is my favorite unit here out of the new units? I think it's got to be one of those SS units. I really wonder why they are not fanatical. They should be fanatical, right? I think I'll go for this beefy SS right Pioneer Squad. They're not Hungarian, but I think they are pretty cool. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned for more content. Until then, bye for now.